Hey guys, welcome to Dice Commando for our Conviction unboxing. Do note this is actually 1 week late. There were some shipping issues getting it to this coast, the less cared about coast, if you will.
Right.
So we are at least opening it. You guys got this a couple days ago, so we're doing our unboxing. I'm here with Derrick.
Hello.
So Derrick works here at Gongaii, so this is his kit, and he's going to take us through the unboxing for this new Conviction mini expansion.
As always, a pleasure to share this event with you all.
So we are expecting 25 cards here while he's doing this. It actually does have them all in the back. They're fixed cards.
Right.
We have some pretty sweet looking alt arts in here, but there's also a whole bunch of new stuff. So
there are no foils in these. You have to special order the foil pack, so no special foil pack in these boxes.
All right, so first we have Ariana's Resolve. So choose one. If your champion has Ariana in her name, you can choose both. Search your deck for an Ariana or Ira unit and add it to your hand, or put a target Kala unit, that's the koala, and or Ariana's amulet from your discard zone into play. So 2-drop, what do we think about this, Derrick?
That's pretty strong for green. I know any help they can get, the better. And if you already run Ariana, that's just extra helpful.
I don't know a ton of people running her as of yet,
yeah,
but that may change. All right, why don't you read out this one for us?
All right, we have Ashborn Conjurer. Red, always looking to get more aggro. So whenever your opponent plays a spell or uses an activated ability, you may put into play a fire elemental token. Also, it has a ruined ability, deal 500 to a target unit. So this is going to target those Repliclooms pretty good.
Yeah, these Ashborns, there's another one that we'll read next. They are very interesting.
Here's the Shaman. Whenever your opponent plays a spell or uses an activated ability, again, you may search your deck for a fire spell with cost 1 or less and add it to your hand. So whenever those triggers from your opponent happen, whether Replicloom or whatever.
Sola,
yeah.
All right. The Battle Angel of Dominion. So arrive, so it is a 5, so I'm covering that up with my thumb, but it is a 5, 2500, so that's pretty much in line. But arrive effect, you may reveal an Argent unit from your hand, and if you do, destroy target unit. It's all right. Probably doesn't find much play unless I'm missing something.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Unless you have a high Argent deck.
Yeah, is it even still worth the value though? Like even if it was
For
reveal a unit from your hand, destroy target unit?
Maybe it has a little bit of
I mean, it's better, but I don't know if it's... I just think there's other better cards.
Truly.
Right? All right, so now we have Commander of Light. So this is a 3-drop for 1500, so that's a little below curve from the power standpoint, so she better have an ability to make up for it. It is Exhaust. Recover all units adjacent to this card. They cannot deal damage until the end of the turn. So I guess that lets you kind of attack with all your guys and then ready them for Guardian. Is pretty much the move there.
Yeah, it looks like you have the solo ability built into a unit.
Yeah.
And depending on how they are distributed on your board, if you can put it in the middle of 2 and recover 2 Guardians, that's pretty good. 1 cost. This is an instant spell. Dance of the Blades. Deal 500 to target unit. And if it destroys the unit, you put a Knight token into play. So for 1 cost, this is pretty good. Deals with a lot of those 1 cost Argent cards.
The pokers.
Yeah. And get you a token.
So I kind of like the art on that. It would be interesting actually to see the foil version of that.
Right. But this would be a great instant card to play at the end of your opponent's turn. Hit it, put a token into play, you're ready to go at the start of your turn.
All right. Death Whisperer, 4 for 2500. That's pretty good on, that's like right on curve. Arrive, you may sack a unit with Ruined. If you do, its Ruin ability triggers twice.
That is so cool.
That's pretty, there's definitely some combos there.
Absolutely.
Oh man, look at that.
This is pretty, the full art delayed poison.
Could you imagine the full art foil delayed poison? Yeah, but $60, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it is.
50 bucks, whatever. Yep, so that's a full art delayed poison. What do you think about this guy, the Expanding Elemental? So he's a 2-drop 1000. With the Arrive abilities, you can Shard Drain, and if you do, search your deck for another Expanding Elemental and put it into play.
A 2 cost for 1,000 unit, which can easily bust a tower, and then you drop it, and then you turn 4, you can have 2 of those into play, and just boom, boom. Seems pretty strong.
Yeah, I think this guy is pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
This guy, on the other hand, is hot garbage unless I'm missing something. So, I mean, 2 for 2,000 is actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's a strong unit.
Right. But the arrive, and remember, these arrive effects are not optional. I mean, at this one, of course, you have to trigger, so it's technically optional. But arrive, if you've played at least 2 other cards this turn, put the top card of your shard deck into play. That's pretty sweet. But whenever this card leaves the field, your opponent may destroy one of your shards, and that's irrespective of if you've used the arrive or not. So when this guy gets toasted, they toast one of your shards. Right? I mean, how is this guy not garbage?
That's how that reads to me, unless, just for the cost to get that high.
But then why not run Shard Beast?
Yeah,
right?
That's fair.
Right? 1 for 2, I mean.
That's absolutely fair. Put the top card of your shard deck into play. Yeah. Unless you get the extra shard with it, you might be able to get 2 of these out in one turn.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just like it ramps you, which is true, but then like you permanently, not like you need that many 10-drop cards.
I mean, I guess those kind of could even out, right? I mean, you ramp because you get extra shards, and then the shards go back into your stack.
Well, no, this is a destroy. So whenever the card leaves the field,
yeah,
your opponent may destroy one of your shards, and they get to choose, so they can do a ready shard. They can destroy one of your legendary shards if they want to, which a lot of people build their deck around.
That with a 10-foot.
Yeah, I think it's garbage. All right, 2 for 1,000, so that's on curve-ish. Issa, the Cloud Mender, Ruined. There's a lot of text here. You may equip this card to target unit you control, and while that's done, you treat it as an augment, not a unit. If the unit equipped with this card would be destroyed, remove all damage from that unit and destroy this card instead. So it's basically a 2 for 1,000. Optional could be a unit. I mean, it gets to come in, and that's a Ruined effect. So that's interesting, right? Basically, is it dies, and then it gives another one of your characters a shield.
A shield.
Right.
That's not bad at all. I like this guy.
What do you think about this guy?
I'm trying to figure out the best way to play this. I don't Airgon, so I'm not always dumping units into my discard pile, but this Jacoby, the Vampire King, sacrifice the card, put target unit from your opponent's discard zone that was put there from the field this turn into play under your control. So I feel like this is amazing. If you have a lot of spells that, destroy a unit, then you pop this on the table, and or it's already sitting there when you do destroy a unit. Oh, that's my unit now.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
And he's in line with like Nob.
Yeah.
Nobi, right, for 4 for 2,500. So he's right there. All right, so what do you make of this guy, Derek?
I have not had a chance to figure out how to best use Lloyd. So when it arrives, you choose an element, and then you choose one of the following. This card can't be targeted by spells and abilities of the declared element, and it ignores the effects of all towers with the declared element as long as this card is on the field. So, maybe if you know what one of the last 2 towers are about to pop, and you don't want a red one to destroy your, one of your guys, you could call that out. I think it would need some play to try to figure out exactly how to use it, but being able to withstand attacks from towers and abilities.
It's probably better to give him essentially Shroud from said color, but 4 for 2,000. I mean, it's pretty. I don't know. 4 for 2,000 just seems. If he was like a 315, maybe.
Right.
And I know that's on the same curve, but I don't know. All right, next we have just the full art for Longinus, Mythical Shard Lance. Seen that plenty of times before. There's actually some full art foils hanging out there already from some other stuff. All right, this is Maiden of Leviathan, 215. That's pretty good. Arrive, flip one of your towers face up. Then if you have 2 or more face up towers, draw a card. I think that's pretty sweet, personally.
For sure.
Right? You just assume someone poked at you, and then go ahead and show them where the tower is, and that's worth a card, I think.
Oh, I would. If I was, especially as a splash. I know running dark, sometimes you don't have a lot of card draw, and just being able to flip that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and 2 for 15, right, for blue. That's pretty good, or I should say for water. The Rao Wyvern Rider full art. This card gets a lot of love, at least in our local play area. So I think we're good there. What do you think about this one, Derek?
Ready for War. Instant 6. That's a healthy cost for a insta spell, but you get to reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, and you get to put into play as many revealed fire units as possible with cost 3 or less. So yeah, if you have like I know we have a player who keeps most of his deck at cost 3 or less. So if you have a deck full of units like that, you can just plop 3 on the table, especially at the end of your opponent's turn because it's an instant. That's going to be a pretty strong play, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, the Liger. Oh, the Liger. So 1,000, pretty good whenever this card attacks or is attacks in the top 2 cards of your deck to the discard zone. So it's just a little Argent love, right?
Yeah, that's the card I was thinking of when I was talking about the Vampire. But that probably wouldn't hit my deck as a Helena player. But again, if you play Argent, that's super strong.
Oh, let me get that combo. I think I see what you're saying. All right, so sack this card, but target unit from your opponent's discard that was put there from the field this turn. Well, but it's top 2 cards of your deck.
Yes.
I see.
My mistake there.
Yeah, okay.
Shard Spider. This is a great card. Holy smokes. 3 cost. If you have more destroyed towers than your opponent and they control more units than you, this card costs 3 less to play. So if you're behind in the game, this is a 0 cost card. It's a Arrivability. Exhaust target unit your opponent controls. It does not recover during the opponent's next charge phase. So you basically have bought yourself an entire turn against one of their strongest units. And it's a 0 cost.
That's
and
pretty awesome.
I'm constantly playing for behind because my deck kind of takes a while to build up. So
All right, just Sky Tree Command Center full art there. Nothing super special there.
nope.
All right, little green loves, or air loves. So 1 for Tempest Punch. Does have Instacast, which is relevant. Target attacking unit control gets plus 2,000 and return it to its owner's hand at the end of the turn. That's huge for green, huge for bouncing. If your champion has Ariana in the name, that unit also cannot be targeted by your opponent's spells or abilities this turn. Right, so either way it goes to the goes back in your hand, but you know, air doesn't mind doing that from time to time. So
Right.
all right, Tidal Rush full art. That one might look okay in foil also.
Right.
All right.
We should hold that and pair that with that because they go together.
All right, fair enough.
But
take us through V. This one I know a lot of people are excited about.
Yeah, 3 cost, 1,500. Expel any number of gear from your discard zone. Then target unit you control with cost X or less. Cannot be targeted by spells or abilities this turn. If it's exhausted, recover it. So this is dumb.
It's pretty dumb.
I'm already lamenting who facing against this because you just kick the gear out, you protect your unit, and then you can also solo it basically and stand it up. So this is a great card for light for sure.
Well, and then what's more important to point out here is that any number is 0.
Yeah.
Right. So you can do this to tokens, and doesn't it just? It doesn't say you can only target them once per turn. So you can just ready your unit and keep punching with him,
Yeah,
right?
I feel like that's a viable.
Unless I'm missing something, I think you can just keep punching.
Or X, yeah.
So I know that this is a chase card, if chase card from this set. It's not really a chase card when you can buy 3 of them, right? But all right, to walk us through, you want these guys together?
Well, they work together. So legendary gear and a legendary beast. So the gear is quite strong. Equipped to target unit, and the equipped unit gets plus 500. Whenever the equipped card destroys a unit, you can place 2 counters on this card. Remove a counter to deal 1,000 damage to a unit. Remove 2 counters from this card to deal 1,000 to a face-up tower. So we saw some other combos with a face-up tower. But if you put the beast in, when your Arrivability is you find this in your deck or discard zone, and you equip it. So if this gets burned...
That's if you destroyed a tower.
Yes, if you destroy an opponent's tower this turn. So they are meant to match together, obviously. But you get him in, you destroy a tower, you find this, you bring it in. If you're running light, then you soul him, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
Pretty strong combination.
They are both legendary, though, so you only need one of them, and
yeah.
you can only pack one of them.
Right, for sure.
But yeah, those are pretty... Do you think this is the best card in the set?
I think...
In terms of, I guess, current meta at least, right?
For sure. For a light player, that's definitely the best card. I think the all-around best card is probably the Spider.
Okay, that's fair.
0 cost, and you basically buy yourself an extra turn. If you got 2 or 3 of those in your hand, that's going to be a strong turn to kind of gain some ground on your opponent.
Yeah, that's fair.
But between those two, for sure.
So, yeah, that's fair. As far as good card for each of the elements, I think I'm kind of torn between there. I like the Maiden a lot.
Yeah.
I think. As far as red, probably the Shaman probably is the better for. I don't know. That's a tough call because we've seen token spam can do nasty things.
Absolutely.
Right? So, and actually, Ashbourne with V is interesting.
Yeah, those are going to be great. The two, dark cards. I'm not an Aragon. This is great for Aragon for sure. There's no doubt about it. 1 cost, just burning extra cards. But for these, the extra ruined ability triggers, I think there's some great combos to do there, and being able to take your opponent's character out of their discard zone. What's not to like?
Awesome. Yeah, and then best for. I think this is the best for air. I think. Right. Plus 2,000. Sure. I mean, it's basic. So imbued by fire still gets played, right? For fire for obvious reasons, right? Just give a unit plus 2,000. That's what that does. Plus you get a little extra bonus out of it. So cool. Perfect. Well, I think that's it.
This is them.
So again, this is available now from Gongaii. It's also available at your local LGS where you play. So you can always use Commando 10 code at checkout. Use code Commando 10. That gives you 10% off your purchase if you're purchasing from Gongaii. But yeah, support your LGS, and if not, come talk to Gongaii. So,
absolutely. Thank you.
Do you have anything else to add, Derrick?
No, sir. I always enjoy opening up a fresh box with you. So thanks for having us.
Yeah, you bet. And then we will be back tomorrow for our February Argent Cup.
Argent Cup qualifier tomorrow. Yes.
Awesome.
Hopefully going live.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
You bet.